Hey there, welcome back. I'm Jill, this is my assistant Fiona, and welcome to our garage gym. We have a great workout planned for us today. It's using only mini bands, so this is a perfect workout for travel. It's also short, so great for days when you can't make it to the gym or make it to, whatever regular class that you normally go to. If you are traveling, you just need a small amount of space for this workout. I will use the space of my mat, but if you don't have a mat, a great thing to pack with you is one of these mat towels. This one actually even has grippy stuff on the back of it, so you can just spread this out on the floor of wherever you are. But don't let not having a mat or a mat towel ever stop you from doing a workout. This one, there won't be any moves down on the floor, so all standing, so you actually don't even need that, but it's just always a suggestion to pack in your suitcase. And then we'll be using 2 mini bands. I have a light one, a light resistance band that I'm going to use for upper body moves, and then I have this thicker fabric band that I'm going to use for lower body moves, but typically I think they're rubber bands, come in multi-packs of varying resistance, so use your heavier one for your legs and your lighter one for your upper body. As I mentioned a minute ago, this is a Tabata class, so Tabata is 8 rounds of work, 20 seconds working and 10 seconds in between to transition to rest between moves. Most of our circuits will have 2 moves, so you'll do a move A, then a move B, then move A, then B, and you'll repeat that for a total of 8 rounds. We're going to do our warm-up in Tabata timing just because I want to keep the timer consistent. During the warm-up, on the 10-second break, we are going to continue marching or moving with a march if you're able to. If not, you can take the 10-second break before we move on to the next move. So go ahead and make sure that you have all of your equipment handy. I always recommend having a chair or something close by that you can sit on to put the bands on your legs so that you're safe and not wobbling from side to side when you're getting those bands on your legs. And then go ahead and start your music. I don't play music in my classes, so you can play your own music. The sound quality on the videos isn't always good if there's music playing in them, and YouTube has a lot of copyright laws regarding music, so I think it's just better if we each play our own music during our workouts. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the timer started. We're going to start our warm-up. It's 4 minutes. The first 20 seconds, we're just going to do some arm circles. So let's do circles forward. They can be as big or as small as you want. And then let's reverse direction. Again, big or as small as you want, keeping your chest lifted. And then when we hear the bell, we're going to come into just some marches in place. Marching in place. So, tail tucked. Okay, now we're going to do some side steps, side to side for 20 seconds. Forgot what we're doing there for a minute. And there will be a lot of lateral movement like this in our workout today. So I just want to make sure that we're getting warmed up with these moves that we'll include in our workout. All right, back to those marches for 10 seconds, or you can take 10 seconds off. And we're going to come into just some arm front raises at the bell. So palms facing in, and we're just going to lift the arms as high as you can. I'm going to come back here. Maybe you can see my hands. Exhaling as you lift, pulling that belly button back and in. And then inhaling as you lower with control. All right, back to those marches. You can make those movements bigger if you're feeling warmer. Okay, now we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders. And we're just going to do some twists, twisting from the core. And then at the bell, back to our marches. So you can start to bring your knees up higher If you're warm and you have balance, or if you have a chair in front of you, you can always hold on to a chair here as you drive your knees up. Okay, now we're going to come into some butt kicks and some pullbacks. Hopefully you're getting warm. I'm going to ditch this sweater in a minute. We're having a little bit of a rainy morning today. We don't often get that. It's a little chilly out here. So kick your heel to your butt. All right, back to those marches. Let's make those knees even bigger. Maybe add an opposite arm, opposite knee drive. Okay, at the bell, we're just going to come into some calf raises. So coming up onto your tippy toes. Again, if you have a chair or a wall close by, you need to grab on for balance. Go ahead and do that. So this is an all levels workout. I'm offering modifications or adjustments for anyone who needs them. Back to those marches. And at the bell, we're going to come into some squats. All right, so bring your feet hip width apart, sit back, and squeeze through your glutes to stand. Press through your heels, squeeze through your glutes. Make sure that your knees are staying in line with your ankles and not jutting out over your toes. All right, back to those marches. Again, you can do that opposite arm, opposite leg raise. Really getting us warm. And then we're going to come into some step jacks. Or if you want to jump it, you can do jumping jacks. And then we'll have one more 10-second march period. And then that will be the end of our warm-up. We'll get on to the workout. All right, so now our first circuit, we're going to grab that lighter resistance band, and we're going to come into what's called a face pull. So I'm going to put the band around my thumbs. I'm going to bring my elbows to shoulder height, and we're going to pull out. Or you can also put the band around your wrists. Keep your palms facing in and pull out. And then the second move is going to be a bicep curl. So you're pulling out against the band, pushing out against the band rather. Palms face in. I'm making a fist. You don't have to. And then you're just going to curl. All right, so let's go with those face pulls. Elbows shoulder height. And then working your chest here as you pull the palms out. Remember to squeeze your shoulder blades together. I'll show you a rear view here. Okay, now we're coming into those bicep curls. You're going to hear the timer. We're going to start those bicep curls. So press out against the band, drop your shoulders, and hug your elbows into your side. Remember, using our breath, exhaling as we do the work, and inhaling as we lower. Whew, can already feel that. All right, back to those face pulls. So palms in front, the band is in front of the face. The elbows are at shoulder height. We're just going to press out against the outer palms. Good thing it's only 20 seconds work. That's the beauty of Tabata is, you can make it spicy and hard, and then you get to rest. All right. Do some circles, relax your shoulders, and then get ready for those bicep curls. So I have a slight bend in my knees. Scoop under my tailbone, and then imagine my chest is lifting up towards the ceiling. and in my upper back and my outer shoulders as well. And with the bands, you might not have as great of a range of motion, and that's okay, just because they're resisting as you try to push or pull out. All right, last round of bicep curls. So excited. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning, but I got this new little remote that connects via Bluetooth. So I just turn it on over here. You won't have to see me running in and out of the camera frame anymore. Okay, shake those arms out. We're going to have a minute here in between our two sets. And if you don't need that minute, you can do jumping jacks, you can do side-to-side taps, you can do side shuffles, whatever you need to do while I demonstrate the next two moves. So we're going to have a bent over row. So the band is on the outside of my hands. I'm pressing out against the band. Drop the shoulders down into their sockets and then row the band towards your belly and continue pulling out against the band. Then we're going to take our arms behind us and we're going to loop the band around our wrists. Same thing, we're going to press out against the band so my pinky fingers are lifting up towards the sky. All right, we're on with those rows in 5 seconds. So palms facing each other. Band around the outer hands. That hinge in the hips, sticking your butt back. Keeping a nice, long, flat back. So squeezing your shoulders. All right, and then bring the band behind you. You're gonna place it around your wrists or your outer hands. Press out against it, and then you're gonna lift up. Now, if you can't work the band around your wrists, don't use the band here and just lift your pinkies up towards the sky. So the front of your chest is nice and open. Those shoulders are snuggled down into their sockets. All right, back to those bent over rows. Band got twisted. Hinge at the hips, stick your butt back, pull and row. So similar to that face pull, but we're working lower down our back. So after this set, we have 8 rounds, remember. We're going to come into some leg work to give our arms a break. So band behind you. Remember, scoop the tailbone under, slight bend to the knees, and then you're pressing your palms out against the band, but you're squeezing your triceps as you lift your pinkies. About hip width apart, slight bend in the knees, stick the butt back, keep the back flat. And then if you had a logo or some word written on your shirt, I would be able to see that. You're keeping your chest lifted. We're not hunching down. All right. Reverse presses again. Same thing, feet about hip width apart, slight bend in the knees, scoop your tailbone under, and then it's a double motion here, right? Pressing out against the band and lifting your pinkies up towards the ceiling. All right, one more of each of those exercises, and then we're going to put this band down and we're going to put the other band around our legs. So don't let your shoulders collapse in here. Think about squeezing that imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades the entire time. Middle was in 3rd grade, oldest was in 6th grade, and that kindergartner is now a junior in high school. So Fiona has been around for quite a while. Okay, we're gonna grab that heavier band for 2 lower body moves. If you are a senior, I'm going to suggest sitting down to put the band on. And even if you're not a senior, you might want to sit down to put the band on. We're going to put it just above our knees, and our first move is going to be a squat and a press out, and then come back up to stand. I call this the squat dance, or the band dance, pressing out against the band. Our second move is going to build on that. We're going to come down into a squat, we're going to ground our right leg, and tap the left toes out quickly. Then we're going to come back up to center, go back into squats with the press out, and then the 4th round will be grounding the left leg, tapping out with the right. Okay, so we have about 5 seconds. Make sure that band is on, ready to go. If not, press pause. So squat, press out, and come back up. When you come down into that squat, I want you to make sure that your knees aren't being pressed in by the band. So you're pressing out against the band the entire time. And then just giving a little extra press as you come down into the band dance. Okay, out into that side runner. So remember, we're going to come down into a squat. We're going to ground the right leg and just tap. You can add some arm runners in here. Makes your arms feel good. It's bringing some blood back into those arms. So my chest is long, straight spine. So from the crown of my head to the tip of my tailbone is one long straight line. So I programmed this workout so we do arms, legs, because bands are tough. Okay, back to the squat dance. So squat and then press out against the band. Stick your butt back, press, lift. So at the bell, our next move is going to be those runners, but on the opposite side. So this time I'm going to ground my left leg, come back into that ready athletic position, and I'm going to tap the right leg rather, out to the side. So your right glute, quad, and hamstring should be on fire here. Even though it's your right leg that's tapping out, this left stabilizing leg should be on fire. Okay, so we're going to repeat that one more time. That'll be our total of 8 rounds. So maybe you can get a little lower, and you can always hover above your chair if that makes you feel better. And if you want to progress this move, you can add a hop. So as you come back up, you can hop. As you squat, you press, and then come up and hop. Okay, back to the right side. So sit back, squeeze that right butt cheek. You should feel your quad engaged. And then we're going to run that out to the side. And if it's not right for you, you can hold on to the back of a chair and not incorporate those arm movements. All right, back into that squat band dance. I'm going to add the hop. Remember, you don't need to. Just offering variations for everyone who might be doing this class with us today. All right, final side, grounding the left leg. Let's see, if I turn this way. So sitting back into that heel, glute is engaged. And then one tall line from the tip of my tailbone to the crown of my head. All right, that was our last going to do each one on each side, so we're actually going to have to repeat it twice. So you're going to bring your arm down, palms facing in, and it's a lateral raise and then a front raise. So I'm going to work only on my right side the first round. And then we're going to come into a tricep press. So I'm going to bring my left palm to my right shoulder and press back. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And we're on in 7 seconds, so make sure that you have that band. We're going to hold it down in front of our hips. And we're going to lateral raise with the right arm and then a front raise. Lateral raise and then a front raise. Lateral raise. Front. Remember those shoulders are down in their sockets. All right, now that tricep. So I'm going to bring my left hand, the band in my left hand to the front of my right shoulder. It's actually my left side, but I'm mirroring you, so. And then you're kicking back with that tricep. So that area of our arm is already active and activated from that first reverse press-up set we did. So you should really be feeling this. Okay, other side. So it's a left lateral raise and a front raise. Left and front. Left and front. And if it feels better to you to grab the band with a fist, you can do that too. I just like pressing out against it. And you can always move it up higher on your arm. Okay, tricep press. So band in the right hand against the left shoulder. And we're going to press back with that right palm. All right, round 2, back to the right side. So hands in a fist or fingers straight like a karate chop. And we're going to lateral raise on the right. Keep your chest open and lifted. All right, and then tricep press on the right side. So the band comes in the left hand, palm at your shoulder. And then squeeze until you feel those muscles in the back of the upper arm engage. And then the toughest muscles of all the work, lifting the corners of your mouth into a smile. All right, left side, so left, oh no, I think I just did that. Left lateral raise, forward raise. My other left. Left lateral raise, forward raise. All right, final round of triceps. So band in the right hand, front of the left shoulder. And we're going to press back against that band. All right, that was the end of that set. We have 2 new moves coming up. We're going to use our bands with our upper arm, with our arms, but we are going to incorporate some legs into this. So the first one, we're going to come into a plie, heels in, toes out. We're going to come down, and it's called a bus driver. So you're steering that steering wheel. Now you can hold the plie, or you can come up a march and a twist. So pressing out against the band and then marching. You can also do high knee run and twist the band, okay? So we're on in that plie bus driver. I'm gonna hold the plie. So my knees aren't caving in. I'm really thinking about pressing out against my outer knees. My shoulders are down and back in their sockets. All right, into that twist and march. So if your march is small, then you keep your both feet on the ground at the same time. Keep your elbows hugged into your side. So working biceps here again, outer shoulders. Woo! Give the arms a shake. I'm going to do a side angle for this one. So for that plie, heels in, toes out, sit low, and then think about those outer knees pressing out towards the pinky edge of your shoelaces. Belly buttons pulled in. All right, back to that march and twist. So if you'd like to make it a little bit different, you can add a figure 8 with your twist. Just works into your obliques a little bit more. Otherwise, you're just twisting from side to side as you march. Both of these are very good core exercises. Should definitely feel that in these oblique muscles. All right, back to our bus drivers. Sit down into that plie. Nice long chest. And then drive the bus. So you can put your thumbs outside of the band too, if that helps. But I don't want you collapsing forward. I want a nice, proud, tall chest. All right, back to those marches. Whoo! Somebody turned up the heat. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to do the figure 8, sort of like an infinity sign. But if you need to keep the movement smaller, keep your feet on the ground. Otherwise, lift one foot at a time. All right, back to our bus drivers. I believe this is our 3rd round of bus drivers. Oh no, it might be 4th. Are we on the last round? It's going fast. So remember, press into the pinky edge of your foot. That's the whole edge, from the heel to the pinky toe, which presses your knees out. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is our last round. Okay, march and twist, or march and figure 8. Those arms if you want. Then we're going to come back to step jack. cheeks. So the left butt cheek is on fire because it's stabilizing us. And then the right butt cheek is on fire because it's doing the tap back. All right, step jacks, side to side. My band just fell down, makes it even harder. Just gonna leave it there. All right. Okay, grounding the right leg. Do step backs with the left. Can you get a little lower? And if you do, make sure that weight is back in your right heel and that knee is back, not out in front of your toes. So if you didn't have shoes on, you'd be able to look down and see your pretty pedicure, okay? You don't ever want that knee coming out in front of the toes. All right, last round of step jacks. Ooh, my heart rate's getting up there. All right, last round of step backs. Grounding the left leg, the right toes are gonna step back. So, hip back, chest long. And you can always hold on to a chair, probably should have said that at the beginning, and do these step backs. Shake it out. Take those off. And we're coming into our last circuit here. We're going to go back to the mini band. I'm going to show us a chair version first. So I'm going to put the band around my left foot and I'm going to row with my right arm. And then for the next move, I'm going to do a bicep curl with my right arm. And then I'll switch to the left. If you're not using the chair, you're going to loop the band underneath. Let's go. Your right foot. And you're going to row from a lunge with your left arm. And then you're going to curl from that same position. Okay, we're on in 5 seconds. If you need to press pause, press pause. Decide if you're sitting or standing for the row. So the elbow comes right against the rib cage with that left arm. And again, notice my right knee is directly over my right ankle. Okay, bicep curls. I'm going to switch my hand grip so that I can curl. And you can always come down to one knee as well. And we're going to curl and lower. So this is a lot of bicep work because we're not starting from the bottom. So we already have some tension on that bicep. Make sure you hug that outer elbow in. All right, other side. So if you're sitting down, you're just going to loop the band around your left foot. And if you're standing, we're going to come back into that lunge for a row. And so I'm starting the movement. It's my upper back that's doing the work. So that's where you want to put your mind, in that muscle. That's the muscle that's working. Okay, bicep curl. I'm going to flip my palm forward. So I just moved my hand different direction underneath the band. And again, remember, you can lower that back knee. A lot of jet action today. Whoa, that's spicy. So the good you're sitting in your chair, think about that upper back initiating the movement. So yes, my bicep is doing some work here, but it's the upper back that should be doing the majority of the work. Okay, bicep curls. And if you're in a lunge, remember that our feet are on railroad tracks and not a tightrope. So even though that left leg is stepped back, it's not in a line with my right foot. All right, back to those rows. It's parallel, like you're on a railroad track. All right, final round of bicep curls. What's wrong, Fiona? What you doing, huh? What's up? We have another dog too, Charlie. She's in some of the videos, but she does not like to come out here. I have battle ropes that I use sometimes, and I think she thinks that every time I come out here, I'm using the battle ropes, and they're kind of noisy, and I don't know, she stays inside. She does not want to join us out here. All right, guys, that was the end of our Tabata miniband total body workout.
Activity complete.
That's right, that was 37 minutes of work. Now we're just going to do some chest openers. So thumbs up, kind of like alligators here, but from the side. Seal jacks, I guess. Opening and closing. So opening the chest. Feels good. All right, now we're going to take right arm across the body, thumb up. Drop the shoulder. You can even imagine that something's pulling those right fingertips over to the left. And then switch it out. Drop the left shoulder down into its socket and then press the front of the left arm against your chest. You can wiggle your fingers if that feels good. All right, let's swing the arms crossing the opposite arm over the top. All right, now we're going to interlace our hands behind our back, and if you can't interlace your hands behind your back, you can always grab the outer edges of that band and just draw your shoulders down, chest up, and then you can lift up into the palms if that feels good. Just another nice deep stretch here. Sounds like this is a delivery truck out front. All right, and now we're going to come into eagle arm stretch. So you're going to bring your arms out like a T. You're going to bring your right arm under your left, and you're either going to bring your palms to your shoulders as you lift your elbows out in front of you, or if you're able to, you're going to cross at your elbows, press your forearms in towards one another, and press your wrists in towards one another. It's a nice deep opener for the back of the shoulders. Oh, I hear Charlie barking inside the house. All right, other side, arms out like a T. Left arm comes underneath the right, either palms on shoulders, and then think about pulling your elbows out, like there's a string or something around your elbows, pulling them forward. Or if you can, if you have the mobility, cross at elbows, forearms, pull them out, pull your belly button in and up. All right, if there's some sort of workout or movement you'd like to do, please drop me a note in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe,